Hey ladies and gentlemen, it is Ken Tizzard here. It's Whiskey Wednesday once again. I'm here at the studio doing an acoustic show tonight. Myself and Neil. We've got Justin Nordell from the Philly Folk Fest here, talking about the recent Philly Folk Fest, which is going to be a lot of fun. Tune in at 8 o'clock over on YouTube /Ken Tizzard or Facebook /Ken Tizzard Music. And hope to see you there soon. If not, enjoy your Instagram. I know I'm pulling people over from Instagram. But anyways, hopefully to see you tonight. Take care. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show with your hosts Ken Tizzard and Music for Goats. Brought to you in full color and stereo sound with amplification provided by Trainer. Broadcasting into the world from Storyhouse Studios in Campbellford, Ontario, you'll hear the best in old country, folk, Americana, punk rock, and 80s music delivered into your homes every week for free. And don't forget your regular dose of new and original songs from Music for Goats. Never be alone on a Wednesday night again, 8 p.m. Eastern and 9:30 for those of you in Newfoundland. Join the Whiskey Wednesday regulars on Facebook to be a part of the conversation, or watch on YouTube as well. Pour a drink, a cup of tea, or a nice cold long tooth. Roll up your best smoke and sit back and relax. Don't forget to hit the share button to help spread the word. The Whiskey Wednesday Show, every week. Cheers.
Cool, ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? I'm still just catching up here on technology. I was a little late on my what do you call it? My posting, my live thing saying that I'm going live. So I'm here now. I got my Restream chat up. If anybody else is there, hey Newfie Bullet, how you doing there? And Tony Arkell, Derek Miller, excellent. You just cracked a long tooth lager. Good for you, Tony. I'm just here looking at why am I still looking at Instagram? It's you know, it's the funniest thing. Whenever I open it, it's just like, boom, there it is. And I'm sucked right into Instagram. Now, I have my phone here, and I don't know why. I'm going to lay that there. How you doing tonight, Neil?
Well, thank you. And yourself?
Excellent. I'm fantastic. We've got such a good show planned tonight. I was lucky enough to play the Philly Folk Festival years ago, and I met a cat named Jordan Nordell, who he works for the Philly Folk Song Society, but he also... he's a cool cat who also works with the, Philly Folk Song Society. The Philly Folk Fest is part of their organization. He'll explain it all to you much better than I just did. Not that I even explained anything, but you know what I mean. It is the Whiskey Wednesday Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day today. I had to get up early to interview Justin and to cut it all together this afternoon. I had a small leak in my pool, which I had to deal with. You know, a bunch of weird stuff. So I'm just wondering by now why this guitar is a whole step down. Oh, I know why. It's near the air conditioning unit there. So this'll change a lot over the next hour. That's great. Heck no. No capo on the first fret there, is there? That's so weird. So this is tuning with Ken. You know what's funny is I just tuned this whole thing down. I just tuned this whole thing for a minute ago for sound check. I'm not sure what happened. I'm thinking for some reason the whole thing was a half step down, but we played a song together, right? No. It's perfectly in tune, one step low. So, I was thinking tonight I would start with a couple of tunes that I didn't write. Two that I didn't write, and then a couple that I did write. But sorry, just getting this here together, folks. When I played 2 weeks ago in Winnipeg, did the house party with the Pino family. And it was fantastic. And I got a bunch of requests after, and this was one of them. here is this tuner is giving me all kinds of wrong readings. Okay, well. There we go. Get rid of that one. Never use that one again. So, who do we got here? Lorna, so nice to see you. Mike Steenberg, Karen Klein, Tony Medeiros, Derek. Oh yeah, Derek, I can tell that story. Yeah, cool. I didn't even think about that story until just this second. I'll tell this story and then I'll sing a song. Yeah, Derek Lowen was saw me in Winnipeg, and he had a bunch of stuff for me to sign, and he had the original In the Trees album by the Watchmen from '92 or '93, and it was it just looks like a blur of trees if you were to look out the window when you're driving by. And the year before I joined the Watchmen, I toured Russia with a band from Toronto called Growl. A lot of fun. And I bought a lot of street art throughout Russia. People would paint on just little pieces of wood. And I had a bunch of them. I'm sure there's something on this shelf from Russia that was painted, but I can't see it right off the top of my head. But I had a bunch of these little woodblock paintings, and this one I brought into a meeting when we were doing a bunch of record company stuff, looking at album covers. And I sort of laid it on the table, and everybody went, "That's kind of cool." There was a name written on the back. The record company tried to track down whatever they could and couldn't find anything from it, but we ended up using it as the album cover. And I never got it back, as happens sometimes when you offer things to the large companies. And they say, "Oh yeah, we'll take care of this and get it back to you for sure." And I say, "Absolutely, it's one of a kind. It's really important that I get this back. Don't worry, we'll take 100% care of it." Never saw it again, but I've seen it thousands of times since in the reproduction on the album cover, so that makes sense, I guess. So there you go. It's the story of the In the Trees album cover. So let's start this way. I'm going to start this way. We're going to change my tack here midstream. Got my finger on the trigger, but I don't know who to trust. When I look into your eyes, it's just devils and dust. We're a long, long way from home, Bobby. Home's a long, long way from us. I feel a dirty wind blowing. It's just devils and dust. But I got God on my side. It's just trying to survive. For what the things you survive kills the things you love. Fear's a dangerous thing. It'll turn your heart black, you can trust. It'll take your God-filled soul, fill it with devils and dust. Well, I dreamt of you last night, buddy, in a field of blood and stone. Blood began to dry, the smell began to rise. Well, I dreamt of you last night in a field of mud and bone. Blood began to dry, God on my side, and I'm just trying to survive. What you do to survive kills the things you love. Fear's a powerful thing. It'll turn your heart black. You can trust. It'll take your God-filled soul, fill it with devils and dust. Now every woman, every man, they want to take a righteous stand and find the love that God wills and the faith that He commands. Well, I got my finger on the trigger. Tonight, faith just ain't enough. When I look into my heart, it's just devils and dust. I got God on my side. I'm just trying to survive. If what you do to survive kills the things you love, fear's a dangerous thing. It'll turn your heart black. You can trust. It'll take your God-filled soul, fill it with devils and dust. A song called Devils and Dust by Mr. Bruce Springsteen. Fantastic singer-songwriter. If you've never heard him, I suggest checking him out. He comes from the Americas, and he's a pretty stellar cat. He's going to go far, that kid. And a jump from Springsteen, one of my favorites, to one of my all-time favorites. We're going to get into a little Bob Dylan. I sent this one out to George Thorne tonight, friend of mine back home in Newfoundland. Who else we got jumping in here? Hey, Russell, nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Debbie Parsons, nice to see you. I'm speaking right into the mic there now. Katriana Jacobs, nice to see you. Great to have you back again this week. So excited for you to meet Justin Nordell when we do the interview. Neil's going to be jumping in on some tunes too, which is really nice. Ron Bizanet, nice to see you there. And Alex, nice to see you, buddy. It has been a while. I hope everything's good for you in Ottawa. Yeah, I'd love to get by Irene's again for a pint and some food. Man, that's one of those bars that has really good beer and really good food, really good music, and a fantastic sound, man. Yeah. They're all pretty stellar there, aren't they? The stage is gorgeous. This is for George Thorne. Hollis Brown, he lives on the outside of town. Hollis Brown, he lives on the outside of town, with his wife and 5 children and his cabin broken down. He looked for working money and he walked a ragged mile. He looked for working money and he walked a ragged mile. Your children are so hungry that they don't know how to smile. Your baby's eyes look crazy, you're tugging at your sleeve.
Your baby's eyes look crazy, they're tugging at your sleeve. You walk the floor and wonder why with every breath you breathe. The rats have got your flower, bad blood has got your milk. The rats have got your flower, bad blood has got your milk. Is there anyone that knows? Is there anyone who cares? You prayed to the Lord above all police and you were afraid. You prayed to the Lord above all police and you were afraid. Your empty pockets tell you that you ain't got no friends. Your baby's crying louder now, it's pounding on your brain. Your brain's bleeding, it's pounding on your brain. Your wife screams and stabs you like the dirty driving rain. Your grass is turning black, there's no water in your well. Your grass is turning black, there's no water in your well. You spent your last lone dollar on 7 shotgun shells. Way out in the wilderness, cold coyote calls. Way out in the wilderness, a cold coyote calls. Your eyes fix on the shotgun that's hanging on your wall. Your brain is a bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Your brain is a bleeding and your legs can't seem to stand. Your eyes fix on the shotgun that you're holding in your hand. There's 7 breezes blowing all around your cabin door. There's 7 breezes blowing all around your cabin door. 7 shots ring out like the ocean's pounding roar. There's 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm. There's 7 people dead on a South Dakota farm. Somewhere in the distance, there are 7 new people born. Little Hollis Brown there from Robert Zimmerman, Bob Dylan. Having a nice long tooth lager tonight. I don't know why I'm in an Atlas Mason jar tonight. I don't know why I'm not in you're in the long tooth glass, which is good. Anybody else having a lot of wasps around, man? Like they're everywhere. Oh, no, that's not a wasp. That's one of those glow in the dark bugs. One of those glow in the dark bugs.
No, it's not. It's not a firefly.
Not a butterfly. Butterflies don't
No,
glow in the dark. Firefly.
It is not a firefly.
You sure?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's kind of a strange species of bee.
Really? Yeah. I've been seeing a few of them. I've been letting them live because I thought they were fireflies, and I like fireflies. I've never been bitten by a firefly.
It's painful.
Is it really?
Oh, absolutely.
See, that's why I don't trust the world. So no matter how pretty and magical it is, they're still gonna fucking bite you. Just kidding. After those 2 songs, those 2 uplifting
those two uplifting, the two uplifting startup songs. Oh, excellent, Craig. Good to see you. You were at the Pinot House. Excellent. That was such a fun party. I threw up a thing this week. Barry, you got that Whiskey Wednesday on the Road image there? Just while I'm checking the tuning.
Which one's on the road? Which one's on the road?
The
The
Whiskey Wednesday on the Road. Yeah, that one there. So I just came up with this. Well, not came up with this idea, but I was just thinking like, touring is a difficult thing for me, just because of my life situation. Everybody has their own reasons for it being difficult, but it makes it hard for me. And the home concerts are a great way for me to get out and meet people and play music and do all that stuff. And I'm going to try and make those more available to people. So I did throw this out this week for Ottawa. There's also a couple places in Ottawa that are talking about having me out. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to go back to the clubs or to the more intimate house concert type thing, or try and build into something else. I'm not quite sure, but anyways, it's just kind of what it is. That's the key right there. See, the key is in the wrong key. See, watch this now.
That's the key to success.
Everything comes together.
Yeah, it makes so much more sense.
So we're going to play. Hey, Alan, right? Thank you very much. I'm having a great time tonight. I'm going to play one more song for you. Then we're going to get into some chatting with Justin Nordell. Philly Folk Fest just ended this weekend. He's just got off site yesterday and managed to get in at 11 o'clock to the office and be there to chat with me, which was fantastic. So we're going to hear all about that, and I got some pictures from there that I'll show as well. And we'll also, I'll also talk about, my daughters. I think I have some video of us doing Sonny's Dream. I'm going to try and throw that out to you too. But I'm going to play one more song first. When I did my first acoustic record, I was working in drop D a lot. I think something about it just... being able to move the bass around with just my thumb and that one finger, because I was coming from the world of bass playing and learning how to play guitar. And a lot of this chimey stuff up here really worked well. Drop D is a fun tuning if you're learning how to play guitar. Anyways, I wrote this song one night, and a friend of mine was telling me, I'll tell you the story behind this one, we'll just take a second here. A friend of mine was at a Toronto concert. I think he'd gone to see either Bon Jovi or Def Leppard. And he got so blackout drunk at the concert that he woke up in a taxi heading towards his hotel, but he woke up because he started to vomit in the taxi.
Lovely.
So he was puking all over the taxi, and the taxi driver pulled over and was pulling him out of the cab, and I guess he had sort of baggy pants or something. His pants came down, and then he kind of passed out again. Then he kind of woke up on the side of the street, sort of covered in puke and partially dressed, but he was like a block away from his place, and he had enough sense to walk there, but he didn't quite he got sort of into the hallway of the hotel, and then kind of just, that was it. That was where the night ended for him, and his friends found him there. And strangely enough, that's where the inspiration for this song came from. The rest of it has to do with something totally different. Anyways, this is a song called Cover Me. It goes like this. Broke down, stripped bare, lost my friends along the way somewhere. Did my best just to get myself back home. 'Cause out here I can't see clear, still deaf with the ringing in my ears. Did my best just to get myself back home. Thank God you came.
cover me? Would you cover me? Would you cover me? Life's cruel, life's kind. You trick yourself that everything's just fine. Did my best just to get myself back home. Life's cruel, life's kind. Johnny Walker, blue or Slade's moonshine. I'd trade it all to get back home to you. Thank God for pain. Would you cover me? Would you cover me? Would you cover me? Got home, room bare. Lost my life along the way somewhere. Did my best just to get back home to you. 'Cause in my bed it seems so sad. This hurt and empty feelings got me bad. I trade it all just to get back home to you. I guess I can't complain. Would you cover me? 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 Song called "Cover Me" off Lost Gnaw album, and you know, if you ever are watching, you know who you are, who that story was inspired by. The back end of the song was inspired by a whole bunch of different things, but you never know where it's going to come from, folks. And speaking of entirely inspiring, my chat today with Justin was great. Barry, as soon as you're ready, folks, we'll see you after this. Neil's going to pick up his guitar and we're going to play some stuff. But in the meantime, introducing you.
What are you at? It's been a while since we've had a good chat. I know that we've ran into each other a few times at festivals in the last few years, but it's also been it's been a long time since I was down there and since I had a good chat with you. And we're just coming off the end of the 60th Philly Folk Fest, which just ended, which is still kind of wrapping up. I guess it was this weekend, right?
Yep.
So
yeah,
fill me in on all that.
Well, we just had the 60th annual Philadelphia Folk Festival. It took place the 18th or the 21st of August. We're always kind of that third weekend in August, and we were both in person for 4 nights, 3 days, 7 stages going. And then we were also digital online streaming. We did 2 digital festivals during the pandemic. And so we wanted to continue to do that for accessibility, because just because we're, able to have this wonderful festival again, we're kind of in this postage stamp of Pennsylvania. And for people that are up in Canada or other parts of the world, or people that may have mobility issues and can't join us, we want them to be able to still enjoy all of the all of the show. So we streamed 3 of our stages live. The other 4 we recorded and then cut and then put up after the fact.
Wow. Yeah, it's amazing that you're still doing that. That was something that I noticed when I started doing the online thing during COVID, is how many people are, even now that COVID is kind of, quote unquote over, there are so many people out there that still tune in every week because they are homebound for a reason. And that's become a big thing, a big apparent thing for me, is that there are a lot of people out there who, can't actually get out to these things, and especially working with my wife now too. Like she would have a hard time navigating the Philly Folk Fest in her wheelchair. So it's great that you're doing that.
Yeah,
How,
we had over 7,000 people stream it live from 72 countries, which was pretty damn cool.
that's amazing, eh? What a silver lining in all the crap we've went through.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I have to say, I don't think we ever would have done this if it weren't for the pandemic. It was something that, of course, was a twinkle in our eye. But, when do we ever have the time or the resources or the money to, take folk music into the future? So the pandemic kind of forced us to do that.
Well, that's like I say, that's a good silver lining. And how was the highlight? I saw that you had everything from like big name acts to napkin folding and puppeteering this year as well.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. A lot of people were just very happy to be back. We for those who've never been, have the festival on an 84-acre farm just outside of Philadelphia in Upper Salford Township, PA. And people were just so happy to be there. Normally, people will just completely say hi to strangers. It's kind of our culture. People will say kind of happy fest. That's their warm welcome and greeting. But this year, everybody was pretty much saying welcome home. So we were really happy to bring people back. Saw full grown adults fall to their knees and cry when they got on site. It was just very, very, really, really emotional for a lot of people. But then also acknowledging there were a lot of people that couldn't be with us. Gene Shea, one of our founders and our MC from 1962 to 2018, passed away from COVID in May of 2020, as well as a number of performers that have played, as well as a ton of attendees and volunteers. So we were just really, really happy to all be back together again. And I think the music spoke for itself. It was an absolutely phenomenal 4 nights and 3 days of music.
So you obviously know all the acts that played, from the smallest stages to the biggest. So asking you who a surprise would be an inaccurate question, but who did you bring in that sort of was a newcomer to the scene that you're really excited about?
Well, as you know, we present a lot of Canadians and a lot of foreign acts. This year was a bit of a challenge because a lot of people weren't visaed and ready to roll. I won't lie, when I went to the East Coast Music Awards and Folk Alliance International, I kind of was walking around to the Canadians going, P2, 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 anybody, P2? So we were really excited to have the Canadian artists that we did that did quite well and were received really well. Abigail Lapel, Mike McKenna Jr. We were able to have Mo Kenny, Justin Pearson in the East Wind. But I think the Canadian act that really captured the most attention and the most hearts and the most merch sales was Mama's Broke, which are a wonderful East Coast folk duo. And they really, really captured everything from the old folkies to the young Gen Zers, just with their really great takes on traditional music, as well as really solid writing. When it came to some of the other stuff, we had our other acts from around the world really were huge hits. We had a Finnish bluegrass band called Frigg, Frigg. That was a huge hit, but the biggest runaway show of the entire festival was a South Korean band called ADG7, or Aktangwangchi, and they are doing modern Korean takes on historical shamanic folk songs. So this is Korean mysticism folk music that is done in a modern take, but using more of the traditional instruments. So we had instruments on site that we've never seen or heard before. So it was pretty exciting. I actually programmed them to be right in the smack dab of our Saturday night Martin guitar stage performance, because we had 5 acts that night, and I really wanted there to be kind of a progression of where we have been as an event to where we're going. So we started with, folk legends Tom Rush,
Mhm.
and the Lee Boys to kind of show these incredible acts that have been a part of the fiber of who we are. And then we went to, again, ADG7, which is showing that folk music can mean so many different things in so many different cultures. And then after that, we had hip hop act, Arrested Development, because it was
Mm.
very important to me to show that hip hop is folk. At its very core, it's storytelling. And I've wanted hip hop at the festival on the main stage for quite some time. It's been hard finding the right hip hop act that would be accessible to a folk audience, and Arrested Development did just the job. Not to mention that one of their lead singers was 7 months pregnant and got completely airborne multiple times, so that was pretty exciting. And then we ended the night with Michael Fronte and Spearhead,
Mm.
which just was really lovely, because he just has such a great message of peace and love, which I think the folk community had for quite some time. But I'll be quite honest, it feels almost in recent years that peace and love has become bitch and moan. So it was kind of nice to have somebody bring the peace and love back. And we've had a number of people tell us that the Saturday night concert, those 5 acts in particular, were some of the strongest we've ever had. Had one person who's come to everyone since 1962 say Michael Fronte was the best act we've had since Pete Seeger. So it was just a really, really wonderful weekend, and tons of other incredible performers from all over. But yeah, just really, really proud. And was really happy. We had over 33,000 people that came in person cumulatively, which was really great because the Board of Health wanted us to keep it under 35,000. So because we have to admit, COVID is still there. We had 2 performers we lost to COVID, who weren't able to make it. So it is still very much a factor and something we're keeping an eye on.
It is. I know I said earlier it's kind of done. I mean, the lockdown era of it is done, but it is still out there. I still walk to the grocery store. I want to carry a broomstick because I've never had it. So I feel like one of the last remaining characters on The Walking Dead.
I've never had it either. My partner's had it twice and I haven't. So I just keep just joking. I'll donate my body to science at the end of this.
There you go. Question for you. The programming that you're doing there is very future forward, and it's very inclusive. How do you find the culture of folk music now? I know that when I sort of started delving into the folk community a few years back, a decade or so ago, when I started working with some of the gatekeepers, the radio people, and the older people that have been around for a long time, there was a reluctance towards new folk. I had a few of the folk DJs, return the CD to me saying, I can't use this because there's drums on it, stuff like that. Are you finding that that's shifting, and that some of the younger generation are coming in and starting to take the place of these older people as they're moving out of the radio gigs and stuff like that? Like, do you find the folk community is getting more forward looking the way that you guys are as a festival?
Absolutely. When I first started as the executive director of the Philadelphia Folk Song Society and Philadelphia Folk Festival in 2015, I will never forget that a man came up to me and said to me, "If you know who wrote the song, it's not folk music." And I said, "Oh my God, I am so sorry. I'll take all of the names off of the poster. I'll just put the logo on. I'm so sorry, sir." He didn't like that response. That being said, I saw him this year and I asked him what he thought of the event and the program, and he said he was really blown away by it. And for him, it folk music is about the oral tradition. It's people passing songs down. So having other artists cover and play other artists' songs and tell those stories and keeping those stories going and alive was at the core of folk music for him. For me, folk music's interesting. That it's, to a lot of people outside of the community, it's a 4-letter F word. It's a bad word. It's a naughty word. A lot of people have moved towards Americana and so on and so forth. Which, if you Google it, that word isn't very old. Americana's only been around for a couple of years, and that was to try to kind of find that bridge between folk and country that a lot of people were being described as alternative, and we thought we could get better words for it. But folk music for me, again, is all about the either marriage or divorce of storytelling and musicality. And I think a lot of people are recognizing that definition on are allowing for that to expand their horizons of what folk music is. Sure, we've had a lot of people that have been coming since the 60s, but we had a number of people that were there this year for the first time, or the first time in a couple of years, that were just very, very taken with the programming and what it did and what it represented. So I think the future is all right. I think that there are a lot of people that are out there that are willing to broaden what the definition of that four-letter F word is.
That's really exciting to hear. I'm glad that you're doing such great work down there. Everybody is good in the family and stuff. Is your mom the official photographer for the festival now?
Different Lisa, Lisa Schaefer.
Lisa. Oh,
is
yes.
the official, yeah.
I
Lisa
saw
Schaefer is
Lisa
the
on the photo and I
official
thought, oh, yeah.
photographer. Yeah. My mom is doing some really great work with the Cambridge Folk Festival now over in the UK.
Oh, wow.
That's what she's been focusing on, which is pretty neat. For those of you that don't know, I grew up at the Philadelphia Folk Festival. My mom and dad took me to my first one when I was 4 months old. They actually met at the Philadelphia Folk Festival. So if it wasn't for this event, I literally would not be here. So it is incredibly important to me to make sure that it not only survives but thrives, that it has a great legacy, that it's around for 60 more years. So we're working towards that. And yes, technically this would have been our 61st. But hell, if I was going to waste an anniversary year on 2021. So last year we had a 59 and a half.
Okay.
And then this year we celebrated our 60th.
I got a little confused by that too, because I was doing 60th and went, wasn't the 60th last year? Okay, so that's how you got around that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was one of those things where a lot of people told me it was blasphemy, and then I said, oh well, so was electric guitar, but Dylan did it, so I'm gonna
Exactly.
just make my decision.
Good for you. Good for you. I know you've got a billion things on the go. You're just getting out of the festival grounds and getting home to your home office, or you're probably in the city office. I just wanted you to talk about one more thing, because you had mentioned the preservation and the growth of the Philly Folk Fest. The Philly Folk Fest and what you do is so much more than that. The Philly Folk Song Society also does a ton of stuff throughout the year. Do you want to just talk about that a little bit? Some of the stuff that you guys do down there that helps support the festival?
Sure, thanks, Ken. I appreciate you often asking. So we are not just this event. We also have a music school that runs year round, the Philadelphia Folk School. We do everything from classes for the littles, which we call wee folk, for ages 0 to 2. Then we've got our PB and jammers for kids 2 to 5, and then our Looney Tuners for ages 5 to 9. And that's all just basically introducing kids to music and to let them know all the different rhythms and instruments and get them started early. Looney Tuners, the way that's set up is we call it the instrument petting zoo, where each week they get a different instrument to hold and to touch and to make noise with, and so that by the end of the 8 weeks they'll have kind of held and played with a guitar, a banjo, a fiddle, keys, mandolin, just to kind of see what all of these different instruments are, how they feel, what they sound like, and kind of get kids excited about playing music and making music and making it accessible. Our other education program, the Odyssey of American Music education program, has been around since 1974. We go into Philadelphia area schools where they've cut the music programs, and we do music lessons, instrument lessons, and in-class concerts. In 1974, it was completely a novelty, sending folk musicians into schools. In 2022, it's so much more of a necessity. There's less music programs in our schools than there have ever been before in the history of the district, and we're trying to get in front of as many students as we can, so that we can make sure they know that music bolsters every part of their education, and let them know that they can really do anything that they want to, and the magic of music, and put everything behind that. We also have a venue that we opened in Philadelphia in the last couple of years, and it's a pretty spiffy 180 seat listening room. It's 2 stories with a mezzanine, so you can either sit up top, or if do sitting or standing, depending on the concert, for down below. And it's a place for people to come and really connect with music and enjoy music, not for kind of people to come and stand around and talk, but for people to really grab and connect with lyrics. which is super incredibly important, again, to that definition of folk music that I hold dear. And then we have a membership program, and you get through the membership program free monthly concerts, but then also access to our archives, because the founders of the event and of this organization had a huge amount of foresight, and they have recorded literally every festival since 1962, either audio and video since the 70s. We've been recording audio of our concerts since the 1950s. We have audio of Bob Dylan playing a basement in the late 50s in Philadelphia. We've got Levon Helm's last recorded performance. We have Jim Croce's last recorded performance. We have one of John Denver's last recorded performances, and just so many more. And so we try to open those up and make them accessible to our members, and we open them up with the festival. So if people grab a digital festival ticket at folkfest.org, not only can you go back and rewatch this year's festival if you missed it, you can actually go and dip into those archives and see just some absolutely legendary performances.
And that's just the regular website that would get you to that area, eh? Okay.
Yep. If you go to folkfest.org and you go to ticketing and go to digital tickets, anybody right now through the end of August can grab a digital ticket for access to the archives in this year's festival.
What an amazing service you guys are providing down there. Everything, starting with the kids right on through to the adults, lifelong members. It's an amazing festival. I was down a few years ago. Thank you for having me, and I absolutely loved it. The people were so friendly. I've got some photos that I'll show after our little chat here, and I'll catch people up to speed on that. But what an amazing event, amazing people. The sort of is it the hippie culture? Is that still sort of what that sort of the tenting crowd is called? Whatever that has turned into in a modern age is so friendly and so accessible. I couldn't believe walking around the grounds and people just coming up and talking to me. And after I performed, because I did several stages, just the commentary, I had one artist who painted a picture while I was playing and gave me the picture afterwards and stuff like that. It was a really, really interesting festival you've got down there. And congratulations on the 60th. That's amazing.
Thank you, Ken, and thank you for being a part of our history. And definitely looking forward to hopefully having you and the family down sometime in the not too distant future to do it all over again.
That would be fantastic. Justin, thank you for taking the time. I know you're busy. This will be on tonight. And people have been really enjoying these chats. They get to meet musicians and artists and people behind the scenes like yourself. And it's always really interesting to hear the stories. So I appreciate you taking the time to continue spreading the word.
No, I appreciate you having me on, Ken. And I'm just also appreciative that my phone voice has come back, because my announcer voice is still not here yet. So
yeah, it'll probably take a couple days for that one.
Yeah, forgot about that and blew it all out the first night.
So what's the next 3 days look like for you? Wrapping up something like this, what do you do now for the next 72 hours?
Oh yeah, a lot of other people are going home and catching up on sleep. I still haven't. I worked all day Monday and Tuesday, getting a lot of stuff off site and a lot of things packed up and wrapped up, and a lot of our vendors settled and squared away. I'm now back in the office. It's time to kind of set things back up here. Go through a lot of our merch so that we can make it accessible to anybody that missed out. So you can get a 60th welcome home tee or whatever it is that you would like. Just trying to make sure that things are all settled and squared away, and then start working on the next one.
Excellent. Well, I hope to run into you sometime soon. I'm getting out of the house a little bit more these days, which is nice. Allison's recovery is going slowly, but it is happening. So I'm able to go out and do a few shows here and there, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to getting back into the conference scene, because that's where we usually meet up and have a lot of fun. So I look forward to seeing you again sometime.
You too. Send my love to Allison.
I will. You take care.
You too. Bye, Ken. Thanks.
Bye.
Cool. We're gonna play a little game now. Because Justin's he's a playful guy. I love his little facial expressions. He has to be so tired when he spoke to me today. I mean, I can't imagine he's slept much in the last 7 days, and maybe a little bit more, but still not much in the last month. Getting prepared for something as big as the Philly Folk Fest was a massive, massive undertaking. And in typical Justin behavior, though, I get to see him kind of trying to perk up and keep it going. He's such an amazing cat. I really dig his presence and what he does down there and what they all do for preserving music and getting kids turned on to it and stuff. It's a good what do you call it? A good model to look at. You know?
Certainly is.
Yeah.
He is so energetic. He's just.
Oh, he is. I mean, that's if I mean I could never have that type of energy. But we're gonna play a game now where I say, describe the picture to me, Barry. And so I've got a couple of my Philly Folk Festival photos there. Describe the picture to me, Barry, and I'll tell the folks what it is.
Okay, well, this one looks like you on stage with the band.
With a band? Okay, so this is me on stage with a band. One of the things that they do at the Philly Folk Fest is they like to merge the acts together. And when you're a newcomer to a festival, I know that I do it anyways, but going to America to these festivals, I didn't realize how involved they are with the schools and the kids. Merle Fest was the same. Even though I was playing Merle Fest, I went and performed at a school as well for a kindergarten class. But all the artists do this regularly down there. It's part of, you come to town, you become a part of the town. And one of the other things they had me do was merge with another band that they thought would be a good mix and play a cover tune. I think we did a Stones tune, and that was me with that band there. I was on one of the many stages down there. Describe another picture to me, Barry.
Okay, you're sitting on the coach with a couple of people.
I think I am sitting with Ian Foster from Newfoundland, and who was with me and Ian? Oh, Cheryl. It was Cheryl Praxshire, I believe. If my memory serves. Both, that was at, I met them both at Nerf. Well, I met Ian in Newfoundland, but that was a shot from we hadn't seen each other since Nerf, where we spent a lot of time together. Yes, it is Cheryl. Yes, another picture there, Barry. Oh, and I can see the pictures. That's great. Oh yeah, that's Caitlin and Cassidy by the sign. I like that. Caitlin and Cassidy were with me. They actually played. We're going to play Sunday's Dream. They're going to play Sunday's Dream with me in a minute. Yeah, that one there is that's that's the artist lamb. I love it. I got a drawer full of those things from all around the world. Those things are amazing to keep. And it's good when they laminate them too. They stay longer. That was when I had just stopped shaving, and I said I'm going to grow a beard, and here we are now. And then there's this one here of Caitlin and Cassidy. When I was performing, I did a in the culture tent. I did a Newfoundland showcase talking about my songs and Ron Hines' songs, and I gave the girls my camera. I said, "Can you get some footage of me? Because I'd love to use it later." And they said, "Sure." And when I got my camera back, it was like 100 photos of the two of them, and not one of me. But they did come on stage in the culture tent. And there was a great crowd there, and we got that video, Barry, of the girls and me. Yeah, let's check this out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is the girls and me singing Sunday's Dream.
Anything below 102 at school, and she gets kind of stressed out. She likes to learn. This song is a song that the Irish think is a traditional Irish tune. If you go over to Ireland and go into any of the pubs, you'll hear this song, and they will debate you black and blue that they own this song. This song was actually written by Ron Hines. His most famous work, I do believe, recorded by hundreds of people. Everybody from Emmylou Harris right on down. About to be recorded by me next week. I think I'll get the girls to sing backups when I record it. Are your microphones on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is your microphone on?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, here we go. Thank you all again so much. My name is Ken Tizzard. Keep an eye out for Ron Hines. Sonny lives on a farm in a wide open space. You can kick off your shoes, you can give up the race. You can lay down your head by a sweet riverbed, and Sonny always remembers whatever was his mama's said. Sonny, don't go away, I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home, and these nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired, I'm not all that strong. Sonny carries a load, though he's barely a man. There ain't all that to do, but he does what he can, and he watches the seas from a room by the stairs, and the waves keep on rolling. They've done that for years. Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone, and your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. These nights get so long, and the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong.
It's 100 miles to town. Sonny's never there, and he goes to the house and he stands there and stares. And the mail comes at 4, and the mailman is on. Sonny still dreams his dreams full of silver and gold. Sonny's dreams can't be real, they're just stories he's read. Stars in his eyes, just dreams in his head, and he's hungry inside for the wild world outside. And I know I'll never hold him. No, I've tried and I've tried.
Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. These nights get so long, the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. Sonny, don't go away. I am here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor who never comes home. These nights get so long, the silence goes on, and I'm feeling so tired. I'm not all that strong. Okay, thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure playing for you today.
A little quick, but I thought it cut out, but you're on.
Cool. Just looking at that, I'd forgotten. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sorry, just looking at that. I'd forgotten we were singing that song.
Something happened.
Are we gone or are we still there?
The iRig quit.
Okay, let's plug it back in.
Yeah, but I have to restart this. That's the problem.
Audio issues. Let me just tell everybody what.
Yeah. Stupid thing. That's what happened. I thought the video was over, but the iRig quit.
What happens if you just unplug it and plug it back in?
It stays like it goes off and then comes on that way. No, but
We are?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that, folks. Man, twice in 2 weeks is too much. Oh, it's so frustrating to have those audio issues when stuff goes down. That's that iRig again. That's done that, and twice we've had issues with the iRig, and once with the iPad. Maybe it's time for that Whiskey Wednesday fundraiser drive that I keep hinting about. Maybe getting out and having some of that. Anyways, I was saying, I forgot how young the girls were when we did that, you know. I think they were probably 12 and 14 around there. And, you know, I brought them down to the Philly Folk Festival. I said, oh, come up on stage and sing with me. And then they did. It was wild. What a great time. So, is everybody back? Give me a thumbs up there. Let me know if you've returned. I'm hoping everything is good here. I might even have to refresh my my chat here, unfortunately. I hate it when this happens, folks. I'm so sorry. There we go. We've restarted out here. Okay. So hopefully everybody found their way back. My apologies. We do our best with the limited things here. And all that stuff. We're having fun. It's Wednesday night. I've had some whiskey. Everything seems pretty darn good.
Yeah, I haven't.
You haven't had any whiskey?
No. Son of a gun.
It's upstairs.
Well, never mind.
I'll have to get you some next time.
Sorry,
Neil's
I'll
on the show there, ladies and
struggle
gentlemen.
through.
You all know Mr. Neil Lucy. He's going to sit in for a few tunes. We're going to get back in it with a Ron Hines tune. I'm going to play this one tonight for Steve. Steve, our drummer, as you know, has been battling cancer since Christmas. His chemo is finished, his radiation, his treatments are finished. his little break is finished, and tomorrow he goes in for his actual surgery. It is tomorrow, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so we're thinking a lot about Steve, and everything should be just perfect there. But tonight we thought it would be nice to play a little song. This is one of Steve's favorite songs. Stranded in Nashville, I'm a boy from old Pearlham. I went busking down Broadway, made $4 American, and I'm homesick and I'm wishing I was still back home fishing. But all of those times are gone. How strange to be in Tennessee, singing Newfoundland songs. I crossed over the border beneath a light full of stars. I had the luck of the Irish, had my daddy's guitar. It was a Gibson J45, gonna keep me alive and comfort me midnight till dawn. How strange to be in Tennessee, singing Newfoundland songs. I know it isn't Hank Williams, but I could sing him as well. Jimmy Rogers, Blue Yodo, I sang left it. Well, I'm a stranger here in Tennessee, I'm a boy from round the bay. Yeah, but I know how to sing, boys. I know how to play, 'cause my daddy taught me these words, taught me these chords, taught me before he passed on. How strange to be in Tennessee, singing hard times, singing Kid on the Palm. If there's one small consolation in these desperate times, all of these Nashville songwriters are all trying to look like Ron Hyde. How strange to be in Tennessee, singing Newfoundland songs. Mr. Neil Lucy accompanying me on the old Gibson J200 there. We're just going through decisions, and we got our first live show in a while coming up, and it's a larger stage show, and we haven't done a lot of them with a lot of the new acoustic instruments. And Neil's trying to decide between his two Gibsons, one of the Martins, and the new Epiphone Masterville, which sounds awesome as well, because we need a couple that are going to sound pairable for the Crooks Rapids stage in a couple weeks, which is going to be a lot of fun. So just working our way through guitar, seeing what is sounding, like what. Oh, that's right, Richard. Yeah, was that 5 years ago? Yeah, that's right. Allison was in the crowd with the girls at the X. Sorry, reading messages here. Yeah, Allison was in the crowd at the X. That was one of the last concerts that she would have been at for the Watchmen for sure. Anyways, I hope everybody's back. Messages are indicating that people are there.
we're gonna play a song. I didn't see Aunt Betty on the list tonight, but we're gonna play her a song anyways. And if you can all say happy birthday, Aunt Betty. It is her birthday tomorrow.
Absolutely, apparently.
And we're gonna play a song for Aunt Betty and Boyd, Uncle Boyd. This is for your birthday, Betty. Don't have the five in my hand, not a last leg to stand upon. But what the hell, I'm going 30 for 60, let the night swell. Somebody fix me a single malt whiskey. And I don't have the jack or the ace, but I've got on my good poker face, and I'm holding my queen. Going 30 for 60, feeling hungry and lean. Life's about chances, and the king's in the kitty. 30 for 60. You can take this to heart, you can gamble your soul. I'm 65 now, and I'm still in a hole. Life's just a game, it's a grand piece of fun. There's little left I can go on, and I don't have the jack or the ace, but I've got on my good poker face, and I'm holding my queen. Going 30 for 60, feeling hungry and lean. Life's about chances, and the king's in the kitty. Going 30 for 60, let the night swell. Somebody fix me a single malt whiskey. 30 for 60, 30 for 60, 30 for 60, 30 for 60. There you go. That's a nice one. Aunt Betty is here. Happy birthday, Aunt Betty. Happy birthday, everybody. Hey, Paul Lambert. Yeah, well, Ron Hines certainly knew how to twist a phrase. He sure did. Let's do. Let's do another Ron tune. I'm feeling in a Ron kind of mood tonight. Okay, do we do Man of a Thousand Songs then?
B.
We do it in what? Oh, we do it all the way up in B, eh?
I think so.
Cool. Excellent. Throw another Ron song at you, and then I'll play Aunt Betty's least favorite song. Sorry, Aunt Betty, but everybody likes to get high. It's just a reality. I've also got the last sort of 8 minutes of last week's video, which I'm going to show you as well. We already covered I, Mother Earth, Biff Naked, Hello Fiasco, The Watchmen, the record stores, most of the food. There's still some more food coming, of course. Neil's Cabs are coming back. They're making a second appearance in the even though it was just your ankles the first time. I took out the stuff of you in your underwear. So.
Thank you so much. That's very kind.
So I'm going to show you the end of that as well. But before we do that, we're going to do a quick little song here. It's a Ron Hines tune. And how are you doing there tuning-wise, Neil?
Horribly.
Horribly?
Sorry, I'll get there.
Well, I'm going to let you work on that. I also want to mention this weekend in Winnipeg, there's a bike ride. It's called Ride to Nowhere, and it's Bridge to Nowhere. Sorry, and it is Hockey Helps the Homeless, and well, it's Bridge to Nowhere.
If you hadn't told me.
Well, that was the two of
No,
them.
but there was another.
I don't think so.
Is it Bridge to Nowhere or Ride to Nowhere?
Bridge to Nowhere. It is a ride. It's the Bridge to Nowhere 2022 ride, and it's they're raising money for to help with the issue of homelessness in the community out there in Winnipeg. During COVID, the amount of homeless went from 1,500 to almost 2,500, which is a huge increase of people living on the streets right now. And I met a guy named Kerry LeBlanc. Me and Neil met him, and really cool guy. But he's been sort of dedicating. He loves bike riding, and he's also one of these guys who goes out with trays of coffee and kind of brings them around for people. So, Ride to Nowhere or Bridge to Nowhere is happening this week in Winnipeg. And as soon as Neil's finished tuning, I will take a second and tune as well. Sorry, that was a little bit of a cue there. And there's some information. I posted some information about that there earlier, so you can check that out as well. It's a cool organization. I think they've got about 55,000 of the 70 that they're looking for the weekend. And if you got a few bucks to chip in, please do. Speaking of which, there's a tip jar in the description as well. If you feel like leaving us a few bucks, maybe we can buy ourselves a new iRig and not have that issue with the audio anymore. What song are we doing, Neil?
Man of a Thousand,
Man of a Thousand Songs. So nice to have you all here again tonight. Thinking of Steve and some other friends of mine who are currently going through some medical stuff. Send them love and positivity. And of course my Aunt Betty, her birthday tomorrow.
Many happy returns, Betty. That was my mom's name.
That's right. He's got a crimson red tattoo and keeps it hidden just above his t-shirt sleeve. It's a broken heart and the inscription reads, "No love songs if you please." But he don't really mean that. It's his only cheeky tongue. He stands up and sings for them every night. He's the man of 1,000 songs. He knows the streets like he knows his last name. He knows the city from the wrong side out. He knows that time's cool and your man's a fool who hides the truth behind his mouth. He knows the Duke of Earl, he knows my girl, and the house of the rising sun. And the opening line on his marquee sign reads, "The man of 1,000 songs." Well, he knows an old hotel where the desk clerk will sell you your soul back reasonably cheap. Or this guy you can call when you're crawling a wall and the whole town's asleep. He don't promise what he don't deliver. He keeps it all in the easy keys. He don't dream beyond his expectations, but he's got the stance down to a T. He's got a friend in the backstage alley. He got just the thing to make the night move along. He's taking all requests like you might have guessed. He's the man of 1,000 songs. He knows an old hotel where the desk clerk will sell his soul back reasonably cheap. Or this guy you can call when you're crawling a wall and the whole town's asleep. He don't promise what he don't deliver. He keeps it all in the easy keys. He don't dream beyond his expectations, but he's got the stance down to a T. He's got a friend in the backstage alley. He got just the thing to make the night move along. He's taking all requests like you might have guessed. He's the man of 1,000 songs. Whoa, whoa, he's the man questions for you there. Oh my God, it's 9:15 already. I've got so much to get through still tonight. Oh my Lord. This weekend, for anybody around Campbellford, there's a benefit at the Legion for Emery Taylor, and you got that benefit there. Who else is on the bill there with us? I know Steve Runyons. You can't read that. Pat Kelleher, and I believe Organized Chaos. I've seen that, but I don't know who that is. So it's a fundraiser for Emery and the family. It's this Saturday at the Legion. We'll be there. That's going to be a great time. Looking forward to that. Let's jump into the end of last week, like I promised you, Barry. Let's throw that video up that you should see there of the end of the evening. You got it?
Yep.
Let's do that there, folks. Turning down the lights. I'm hoping my dinner is still in the dressing room. Remember I showed you the video earlier, my little plate of dinner that I put aside? I know. We'll see. Okay. Oh, why don't you guys all just stick with us the whole walk? I know it's a bumpy ride here. I'm carrying my guitar and my bag. Neil's carrying a poster.
Yeah, well.
I'm just kidding. Oh my. And just like that, I'm crossing the street. How much fun?
The street. Sounds good, hasn't it?
Yeah. This is a crazy roundabout corner situation here. It's pretty wacky. Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
My shoulder's dislocating, man. Can you carry that?
Oh, jeez, I remember.
I know, I got my bass here and that.
You know, you were the one that insisted.
I know. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
I'll be here for a while.
All right. Upstairs.
Upstairs we go. Hey, Shwani. Oh, take care, brother. Put some cream on your sunburn, man. This is Neil going up the stairs.
Oh, shut up.
How are the stairs now? Look at these calves, ladies and gentlemen. 52-year-old calves. And back at the dressing room. Oh, man, the dressing room is far away from the stage. Usually it's, look at that. Usually the dressing room is like right there. See, I put a note on it for myself. Tiz after show. I don't know what this is. I went down to have a chat with Biff Naked, and they were serving her dinner with her bandmates, and they said, "Would you like some for later?" And I said, "Sure." Ooh, it looks like lasagna, and oh my God, that's like 10 servings of lasagna. Well, let's use plates just in case anybody else wants any. Fun time. There's Neil about to eat. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can find a
I think we
fork.
got one plate.
I'll go grab another plate. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Cheers, folks.
It turns out this stuff we're eating is like some homemade vegetarian. Is it like cannelloni or something, Neil?
I guess.
Is that what they call it?
I think so.
Like the tubey things filled with cheese?
It's damn good.
Good Lord, this is amazing. Whoever made this. Yeah, thanks to the promoters here.
Morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning here in Winnipeg, having a little breakfast before going to the airport. What a great night last night was. Reconnecting with all the musicians that I haven't seen in a while was really nice. We actually had a really good time last night right here in front of the hotel from about midnight to about 2:30 or 3 a.m. We all just stood here, about 20 of us, just swapping old war stories and talking about how old we are. It was really nice to spend some time out, doing that whole sort of after hang thing, which doesn't happen as much these days. I'm Mother Earth guys are really, really nice to hang out with, and Biff and her gang were fantastic as well. So it was a really good night all around. I, of course, didn't videotape any of that because that's the expectation of privacy that we all have when we're hanging out, together backstage or on a tour bus or anything like that. But we are here today. Neil looks grand and awake.
Well, almost. Almost grand and almost awake.
Neil got recognized a bunch this weekend, which is really cool. He's the oldest goat routine has started to precede him now, which is fantastic. So Neil's experiencing that, which is nice. He looks great in the flat back hat, eh? Look at that, it looks stellar on him. Just amazing. They'll be on sale this week. Anyways, I guess we'll have a couple more segments probably at the airport and the drive home, but it's been a great time sharing all this with you. Cheers. At the airport, having a little brekkie. Neil's doing good on his brekkie there. I had some oatmeal. I'm not a big breakfast person. I had a muffin and a bagel earlier. Our driver, Carrie, he's so much more than a driver. He's involved with the festival, and he's also the site manager for the Alt Hotel. Operations manager. And he showed up with some fresh bagels from one of the bagel towns and bagel shops in town. So I've already had a muffin and a bagel and a couple coffees, so it's hard to get anything more in me. Even though I'm getting on a flight and I probably won't eat for another long time. As Neil says, this will be the last food that we see till dinner time. It's always good to be prepared, right, Neil?
Absolutely.
Still having fun, ladies and gentlemen. This is the weight for the luggage. This is why I don't carry luggage. Try and keep everything on your person. Well, let's try that again, Neil. They're not letting us out of the airport here. I'm gonna have to get out.
I don't know that we've got much in the way of options.
This is the out, right?
That's what it says.
It says out this way.
See if you can lift it.
Okay. I'll just get this stuff out of the way. Fun times at the airport. This is what I love about paying, hundreds of dollars to park. What? Hundreds of dollars to park in an area where they don't have shit working. That's not going anywhere. I don't know. There's no button or anything.
Let's see if we go elsewhere. Let's go see if we can find another exit.
Well, looks like it started 40, 50 hours ago. How long ago did we leave now? 40 hours, 50, 55 hours ago.
I'm going to say 60.
60 hours ago. We left this little town of Camelford. You've seen a little bit of what happens when we're out, what we go through, bringing music out to the world. Now we're back in this little town.
Stan's asleep in the back seat.
Stan's crashed in the back seat. He's had a great week hanging out with Jillian and the kids. Just picked him up home. Allison's got some shepherd's pie waiting for us. Claire's got it in the oven, so I'm gonna have a feed and then we're gonna call it an early night because I'm fucking tired.
Not me.
You're not tired now?
Oh, hell no.
No, you ready to go
Oh,
again?
just absolutely, yeah, geez.
There you go. See, with age comes stamina.
Stupid.
Anyways, here we are back home. We'll have yourself a good Whiskey Wednesday, folks. Cheers. Hey, Jack. Hey, buddy. You happy I'm home? You happy I'm home, mate? What? Come here. Come here, buddy. You wanna go inside? You wanna go in? Watch some TV with Mom? Come on, let's go in. You ready? Come on, let's go. Where are you going? That's not in. Silly bugger. Come on, boy. Come on, upstairs. You want to put Mom there?
Oh,
You want
one
to Mom?
other thing,
Okay, buddy.
Kenny.
Back on. Man, it's so much fun doing these little videos and watching back. It's just like, I don't know. I know that the little landing part in Toronto there went on a little long. Allison told me to cut that and I forgot to. So apologies.
If you haven't seen the whole thing, a lot of the excitement from the bands and stuff is in the earlier part of it. It was on. It's on YouTube from last week.
And apparently all I do is eat and act grumpy. Pretty much.
You do a lot
right?
of that. Yeah. Well, it's usually when I get a chance, like we're not walking or something or doing something, like I'm sitting and now, okay, Neil's eating again. We both do a lot of eating on the road. It's great. This is a song for everybody out there who sometimes has a hard time getting through the day. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have the perfect job I dreamed of, and at times I can take it for a while. And sometimes it takes away the part of me that's real. Then other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have a moment of pain-free living, and at times I can take it for a while. Then sometimes I take small things for granted, and other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, and I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. To be honest, it's an uphill battle with depression, and the drugs the doctor gives me ain't so tight. There's sometimes I feel like my skin is crawling, and other times bad TV can be alright. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. I like to get high. I like to get higher. I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned. I like to get stoneder. I like to get more stoned than I was before. There you go.
Betty.
For Aunt Betty. And all the stoners out there. Aunt Betty's not a stoner. That's the thing, though. That's why she hates that song, right? Okay. I'm going to wind out the night here. The hat bundle thing is up. I've had some people email say, how do I just get the hat? Well, the problem is the hat is $40. They're really expensive to manufacture. And shipping in Canada is costing me between $20 and $27 because I can't put it into a flat thing because it'll kill the look of the hat. So I have to put it in a package. Shipping's killing me. So unfortunately, if you want the hat, we can just do that. Just send me a text. But I figured I'd come up with some kind of a deal. So the hat, shirt, flag, and what else is there? Hat, shirt, flag. Oh, and a CD for $90. That's with the shipping included. And that's $20 shipping. That's for $70 right there. That's the only way I can sort of get the hats out to you guys, unfortunately. Anybody who lives in the area and wants one, tell me to put it aside. I've got a few things, a few put aside already. There was only 50 of them, so they're disappearing fast. But if you do want one, a bundle is the way to go. If you've already got some of the other shirt, it can be considered a Christmas gift. I can end off the night by myself there, Neil.
Yep.
You don't have to go anywhere, but
all right.
I'm
I
going
know
to play
when
a
I'm
song
not
that you don't know. That's not true. Don't go getting that way. I'm going to play a song that I meant to play last week. It was requested, well, not requested, but it was mentioned by several people when we played the Pinot house party a few weeks back. Again, if you're in Ottawa or St. John's, there's a couple dates that I'm going to be in those areas. Looks like just trying to figure out whether I'm going to a club or the house concerts or a combination of both. If you want to be a host, let me know. So, where did I just put my phone?
Actually, oh, it's over here.
The hell?
There it is.
Do a quick tune here, folks. Wrap up the night. Sorry, I got to go to my phone for the tuner. That, you know, these hand tuners. This is a Snark. This one is pretty good. This is the Silver Snark. Yeah. These things are so convenient, but they're also such fucking pain in the ass. And some of them have like a multitude of variety of buttons on them. And if you hit the wrong button before you tune, you're out of luck because it puts it into, you know, moves it up a semitone or something, and you're tuning, and it doesn't really tell you that because you're just looking for the note in the center. And I find they also, the connections on a lot of them too, if you lose that little piece of foam off them, there's no resonance, and the piece of foam doesn't stay on, and blah, blah, blah. I'm bitching. I like the Snark ones. The Boss TU1 is, or the TU2, I guess it is now.
Trouble is you can't see them in the sunshine.
You just have to take a little piece of cardboard. Take a piece of cardboard and tape it around the top of your pedal, like a little tent, and it blocks the sun.
How short do you think I am?
It works for me. Korg actually came out with a thing called the Korg. Shit, what was it called? I used it for a while. No, it was a Boss. It was a Boss tuner, but it was like this long and this deep, and it had a special reflective surface so you could see it in the sun. You put that on a sun, like when you're doing festivals, you put that out, you could see it from 30 feet away, and it was fucking bang on. It was a great tuner. I don't know what I did with it. It was a real good thing. This is a song I wrote for Jane Archer and the family when their son Jesse was killed. When I heard the news today, my heart dropped to the floor. 3 brothers left standing where they rightly should be for. I can never take away your pain for a murdered son and a lost love stained. And nothing's ever gonna be the same again. No, nothing's ever gonna be the same again. I see you standing in your night dress in the cold dark hall, awake from a dream to a nightmare, you can't sleep at all. All sense of believing is lost in the night. From the room upstairs, the old man cries, is everything alright? And nothing's ever gonna be the same again. Words like this blow through the tough skin. I can't reach you, you're gone before my eyes. fade away into the pale blue sky. Fade away into the pale blue sky. There's so much to do, so much to say. Words we never spoke, and now I'm leaving you today. This is the hardest of hard times. 27 years old's too young to die, and nothing's ever gonna be the same again. Words like this blow through the toughest skin. I can't reach you, you're gone before my eyes. Fade away into the pale blue sky. You cover up the truth with lies. Your haunted dreams and mother's cries. Oh, and nothing's ever gonna be the same again. Words like this blow through the toughest skin. I can't reach you, you're gone before my eyes. Fade away into the pale blue sky. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending another night with me and my good friend Neil Lucy on the guitar, and Barry over there on the switcher and the audio, and Allison for everything she's doing with the newsletters and helping me with social media and all that stuff. And to all of you that are supporting in so many ways, sending messages, buying merch, stuff like that, hitting up the tip jar. It's always overwhelming. It's never expected. We appreciate it so much. The record is coming along fantastic. We have all the drums done. I'm going to be starting, and I got scratch vocals and guitars done. So we're going to start with the bass this week. While we're also preparing for Crooks Rapids next week. That is the topic of the show next week, is the Crooks Rapids Country Fest in Hastings, Ontario. Right. We are playing there as well as several artists. We will talk about it all next week, but mostly next week we're going to let you sit in on a rehearsal. Rehearsal, you say, how is the band doing Crooks Rapids if Steve is just in surgery? Well, that's a good question you ask. Steve is in surgery, and we are patiently awaiting his return. Steve has given us latitude to hire a sub for these times when he's unavailable due to his health. And we haven't really had the need to do it, but I've had Liam Archer waiting in the wings for the last year as Steve has been going through stuff, and Steve has always managed to make all the dates. But Liam's been learning all the tunes, and he had a rehearsal with us, and he's going to be here possibly next Wednesday. He's coming on Friday night to jam, and he'll be playing with us on Saturday night at the Legion. That'll be a rehearsal. But next week will be an official rehearsal for Crooks Rapids Country Fest, and I'll be talking all about the festival, who else is on the bill, and what it's going to be all about. I'm going to check my little handy-dandy list of things. As you can see, I keep things really organized. I played most of the songs I wanted to. I think I talked about everything. Yeah, I think we're good. Again, happy birthday, Aunt Betty. And Aunt Betty, send me a message if you can. I got an idea about when I'm home, maybe getting everybody together for an afternoon and having me and the guys come over and play some songs for the family. Maybe get the Tizzards and the Cranfords together somewhere for a little afternoon, sort of sing-song and hello, hug, all that stuff, because we haven't seen everybody in so long. I don't know if it's possible, but let's see if we can get that happening. Everybody, I love you. Thank you for being here again. Neil, thank you. Barry, the dogs. Steve, we're thinking about you. Everything is great here. So I'm hoping that the world outside is good. If you're out there, be safe, be fine, be fun, be yourself. We will see you next Wednesday. Cheers.
Good night.
Once again, thanks for spending another Wednesday with us here at Storyhouse Studios. Thanks to Trainer, Yorkville, and a Longtooth Beverage Company for being a part of the show. We love our time on the Whiskey Wednesday show and appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit up the tip jar if you feel so inclined. Never expected, but always appreciated. Tune in every week for more guests, songs, stories, drinks, and gear talk. And don't forget to visit the website, www.kentizzard.com, to sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday wrap-up. Compiled by Allison, this is a monthly overview with highlights, directories of songs, and so much more. Be kind, be helpful, be happy, be safe. See you next week.
Jim